Una, are you gonna do the video for me?
Merry Christmas, everyone! Yes, I know, it's probably already going to be the end of January by the time this video goes up. I have a lot of Christmas videos to go, okay? Basically, if you haven't already seen, I did a collection tour over the Christmas period, and there were quite a few videos as part of that. I think it took me 3 weeks to finish posting all 10 parts. If you haven't gone and checked it out, do go do that. It's wonderful, fun, I suppose. Lots of people told me they've enjoyed it, which means it must be fun. I also don't understand how people manage to get their hauls out the month that they have received said haul. You need to wait to see what else you get till the end of the month, and then you need to film it, and then you need to edit it, and then it's the next time you post a video, and it's like, I'm always a month behind compared to like everyone else on MangaTube. Today we have a most stupendous, wonderful, exciting haul for you. It is my Christmas haul. So this is all the manga I received for Christmas. Yes, just Christmas. There is going to be a second video for my December haul. I always go a bit too far in December, is my excuse. I take the entire month off, which means I go manga shopping quite a lot, but I filmed so much. We've got shopping tours, we've got secondhand unboxings. Once I film my hauls, we're going to also reorganize all of the manga because I've got a lot and I need to put it away, and it won't all fit in this room, which means we are now going to be moving upstairs. I'm going to film that as well. Also got my worst reads of 2022 to come as well. Yeah, we've got a lot. So if all my videos don't seem time appropriate, bear with me, please. Just before we dive into the haul, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for all the most marvelous manga content that I have just described to you. Also, be sure to check out my social media and affiliate links found down below. So all of this manga was a Christmas present from my partner. He has also been accumulating manga the same as I'd been accumulating light novels for him. So usually we go manga shopping and he'll pay for some, and instead of giving it to me straight away, he would like put it on another shelf to wrap at a later date. He also paid for a online haul that I wanted to do as part of the Christmas present, and that online haul came from Forbidden Planet Online. And I know I have previously said about how terrible an experience I had when I ordered from Forbidden Planet Online, and I stand by that. I had a terrible experience when I last tried to order from Forbidden Planet Online. The manga took many months to arrive. It came slightly damaged. I couldn't get into contact with any staff members. I just didn't enjoy the experience. I believe Tiffany also had a similar, or maybe not the exact same, but I think she also had a bad experience, and I'd seen a few other people say they'd had not great experiences too. But a lot of people in the Manga Dudettes Discord server have been actually saying, no, they had great experiences, and they were really confused about the fact that people had these terrible experiences because they only had good experiences. So I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna try a small haul of stuff that I want at a good price and see what I think, and if I'm happy with it, I'll try and do some more. Now, I did film me doing that unboxing, but I have filmed it as part of the Dudettes Coming Up North, and I won't post that video probably for another couple of months. I'm going to put some clips in of the packaging to show what it was like. The packaging was excellent. I was very happy with how it arrived. I was very happy with how quickly they dispatched it. I was very happy with how the manga was packaged. I was very happy with the prices. The prices were often cheaper than 3 for 2. Now, you do have to pay shipping, but it is a flat rate based on how much money you've spent, so it actually works out at like 5-10p a volume if you do a really big order. And they dispatch when they've got stock. They don't wait for everything to come in stock, so I've done a lot of pre-order orders where I've only had to pay the shipping once. I think I just wanted to clarify because I have multiple times said I didn't have a good experience, and I didn't. But I've given them a second chance and I've had a great experience, and I've ordered quite a few times now since then. So I did the smaller one, which you'll have seen some clips of, and then I did some really big ones, which my partner paid for, where most of these volumes has come from. In fact, I have an affiliate link for them down below. If you see some manga here, you're like, oh, that's great, why not click it, buy yourself some goodies. The prices have gone up a bit recently, but that's not really on Forbidden Planet. Publishers have just upped their prices, unfortunately, so almost it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to cost a bit more, which is really sad. I think I pretty much picked up most of these cheaper than 3 for 2 prices. Some of them were picked up in stores, and I'll try and clarify if they were or not. For example, some of them were bought when we were in London, so if you've watched my manga shopping trip when I went to London for the Abroad in Japan Christmas party and with Tiffany, you'll see some things that I picked up are going to be in this haul because technically he paid for them and he was like, well, I'm keeping this to give you as a Christmas present. Right, so that is probably the longest intro I've ever done, but this video is going to be stupid long anyway because we've got like 90 volumes or something. Let's get into it. Alright, I do alphabetically, but which stack was first? I think it's this one. Okay, on top, yes, on top we have 2.5 Dimensional Seduction Volume 4. And you can see 3 for 2 sticker. This came from London. I was very annoyed to see this volume, only because I really love the series and I have not been able to find Volume 3. I have now found Volume 3, but at the time seeing this in London, I was like, they didn't have 3 last time we were in London. I've not seen 3 in Leeds, and when I've looked online, it's only retail. I'm not paying retail. I was very annoyed. But since found Volume 3, love this series. It was on my top 10 reads of 2022. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. More etchy than My Dress Up Darling, but I feel it's more wholesome too. Love it. Except we have 2 volumes of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You 3 and 4. This is kinda wholesome-ish, but also really weird. You have to be really okay with your harems, harimemes to be able to read this, I feel. Personally, I don't care, and you get to see lots of really cute girls. I know, like, currently it's on, like, he's got like 20 girlfriends, I think, at the moment in Japan. I haven't read 3 and 4 yet, but he was on, like, 6 or 7 by the time I'd read Volume 2. It's literally, as the title says, this dude ends up with like 100 women falling head over heels and he has to love them back or they'll die for story reasons. It is quite silly as well, which I think helps itself. Next we have 7-Time Loop. 7-Time Loop, the villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy, Volume 2. I have already read this one. I am very much enjoying it. It is so it's not an isekai, it's sort of a time travel fantasy where she keeps dying and going back to the same point, and on this loop she's decided to just try and have a really carefree life. She's not going to try and pursue a career, she's just going to kind of marry rich and not do much. But of course it's not that simple, and we're starting to see hints of some real feelings. So cute! Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest 7. Now I actually got this off Forbidden Planet for half price. I think it was like £5, and it's 7Cs, and 7Cs now are like anywhere between £11.99 and £13.99. I am now, I think, a few volumes behind. I think 8 might be out, and I also think I have a gap. It's one of my partner's favourite light novels, so I've been really keen to try and read the manga. So far, I'm 2 volumes into the manga, and I'm not really feeling it, but I want to read more because of how much he enjoys it. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world, Volume 2. This published by Kodansha. I think I managed to pick it up for like £7.02 or something, or £6.80. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff before the prices went up on Forbidden Planet. I'm very happy. I haven't read Volume 1 yet because pretty much I picked up Volume 1 and I saw that Volume 2 was only coming out a couple of weeks later, and I was like, I'll hold off and read 1 and 2 together. It is an isekai, I assume. It says reincarnated. I'm assuming it's probably not going to be amazing. I'm assuming it's going to be okay, but that's still fine. It's currently giving me, is it Chronicles of an Aristocrat in Another World? Maybe it's just Aristocrat. Is it Chronicles of an Aristocrat? I can't read it from here. Asumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels, Volume 1. This was remarkably wholesome considering the topic. So our main character here, I think her name is Asumi. She's a college student and she's kind of never really gotten over a crush she had over a childhood friend of hers, and she's kind of looking for her, and she kind of finds out through a friend that she might be working at a nearby brothel. So she is kind of just sort of sleeping her way through the women that work at this brothel to try and find her crush. And this girl's really nervous, and it's like, it's kind of sweet. It is a plastic wrap series, but it's kind of sweet. I have pre-ordered Volume 2, I think, because I did enjoy it. It was lovely. Look, it's the girls' love thing from 7Cs. I was hoping they'd put it on the spines like they do with Airship, Ghost Ship and Steamship, but I don't remember what they're called. Is it like, it's like a flower, isn't it? Chrysanthemum? That felt too long. Orchid? I don't know. Avant-garde Yumiko. So this also is a plastic wrapped series. Look at all those mushrooms. That was the main reason I picked it up. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I enjoyed this. It was basically about this girl. She has an obsession with mushrooms and she wants to see a mushroom, and she kind of ends up blackmailing this guy into posing for her, and she like releases her outlet into the form of art. But like the guy doesn't seem to be really comfortable with it. It all felt a bit dubious. I kind of understand what they were going for, like the sort of innocence of she's starting to grow up, she's a teenager, she's having urges for something, but she doesn't know how to direct it, and she directs it into art, which is, I think, interesting. I think that's what the author says at the end, but I just found it a bit strange. It's also a matte manga. As we have BL Metamorphosis Volume 5, this is the only volume of BL Metamorphosis that I have, but I do want to pick it up, and it is only 5 volumes long, I believe. This is the final volume. I managed to get it for £5 on Forbidden Planet. I am now on the hunt to really pick up the others. I was kind of holding off, but now I have 5. I'm going to really try and pick up the rest now. I even saw one second hand earlier that I nearly picked up, and I might go pick that up now after I film this. Black Butler 4. So I'm like on the slowest grind ever to try and pick up Black Butler. It's a very expensive series to pick up for some reason. It's really hard to find, and they don't seem to appear too often. Like even second hand, they're often like £10. It's like your second hand. No. But I managed to get this for £5 again off Forbidden Planet, because they always seem to have a bunch of discounted manga, which is wonderful. There's a few more in here, most likely. There's another one I got for £5. Very happy, because I had 1 to 3, so now I have 1 to 4. Woo, I think I have like 1 to 4 and like 18. Both Fury, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max up my Defense Volume 5. This is a video game isekai, very lighthearted, very sweet. A lot of the main characters are mostly women. It's just really fun. I've read the first 2 so far and I really enjoyed it. I picked up some light novels for my partner because I thought he might enjoy it, so I just need to now get on read more. Booty Royale, Never Go Down Without a Fight, 5th Omni, 9 to 10. Booty Royale is not a series I feel myself ever recommending. It has probably some of the most disturbing scenes I've read in manga, but when I'm reading it, I find myself so compelled to read it, if that makes sense. Like, when I'm reading it, I get really into it, even though the scenes are disturbing. I'm kind of enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the progression of our main character. What's her name? Mizora? I'm not even going to read anything off the back, because that is like, no, not YouTube friendly. Not much more to say. Probably one of my like more degenerate series on my shelves, I feel. Rest on My Favorite Things in the World, Volume 6. I'm missing Volume 5, and I hadn't even realized when I pre-ordered this. It is plastic wrapped, as you can see, because I believe there is topless nudity. You see boobs. Obviously, it's about breasts. It's actually remarkably wholesome. The character here is quite flat, and she wants to fondle breasts. So she finds someone with a large chest, and they come to an agreement where she lets her fondle them. They kind of start to enjoy each other's company and like each other a bit more, at least as far as I've read, which is 2 or 3 volumes, I think. Yeah, kind of wholesome, I suppose. Call Girl in Another World, Volume 5. This is also a strangely wholesome series for the topic. It's an isekai. It's about a call girl who's been isekai'd into another world, and she works a brothel. She has a great time, and she introduces techniques and items to this new world that they didn't have before. Is that a magic sword in your pocket? Oh my. Yeah, remarkably fun. If you enjoy ecchi stuff, potentially, give this a go. Oh, I do feel weird suggesting ecchi stuff. Don't. 18 plus only. Cocoon Entwined Volume 3. So I have Volume 4 of this, which I also managed to pick up for £5 from Forbidden Planet, except when I went to London in person. This one, also £5 from Forbidden Planet. I'm missing 1 and 2, unfortunately. It is meant to be really pretty. Oh, it is really pretty. I believe it's GL series. That's about as far as I know. It's been on my want to try list, so like if I can find them cheap. I think they retail at $13.99, or at least they do in Forbidden Planet in Leeds, which is really, really sad. Though to be fair, the Forbidden Planet in Leeds is a Forbidden Planet International, which is different to the Forbidden Planet online store. I feel like I should do a video explaining the difference between the Forbidden Planets, because a lot of people, especially if you're not in the UK, aren't going to know the difference, that they're completely separate stores. Forbidden Planet International, which is the one in Leeds, kind of has an online store, but there's like 3 things on it, whereas Forbidden Planet has an online store with loads of stuff on it. Next we have Coffee Moon Volume 1. This was it was okay. I kind of feel like this was just kind of trying to set stuff up. Having read it, I still don't understand what direction it's going for. It's kind of a Groundhog Day style. This girl wakes up every morning and it's the same day, and she's living the same day again and again. However, for some reason, on this loop, her friend has also started to relive the same day and has all her memories, and they're stuck in the loop together. I think the art style is quite interesting. It's like kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I kind of like it. Her hair's weird, but I kind of like her hair. Correspondence from the End of the Universe Volume 1. I picked this up just for the sake of it while in London. It looks neat. Oh, the pages are really white. I don't like when the paper's really good quality. I find it's quite heavy to hold because I like to hold it like with one hand like this, and it just it hurts my thumb. I quite like fantasy stuff like this, and that's what I'm hoping it'll be. Fun, slice of lifey fantasy thing. Next we have Crossplay Love Otaku Punk Volume 2. I've seen lots of people say this was really, really good. I have volume 1 and 2 now. I'm going to try and read them together. I don't really know anything about it, except it's now getting a bit expensive. Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess Volume 6. So this is an isekai. It is a villainess isekai. Do I think it's amazing? No. Do I enjoy it? Yes. Instead of being isekai'd in, say, like a video game, in this one she's been isekai'd into this extremely detailed story she wrote as a teen. I say story. Fantasy, where she wrote herself as a heroine, which basically was super hot, got the really hot guy, and everyone wanted to bone her, and she just, I don't know, she was a horny teen when she wrote it or something. Unfortunately, she's been isekai'd into her story as the villainess, and things don't go great for the villainess. She did quite quickly, because she knows what's going to happen, she's able to avoid that, and now she's kind of continuously trying to not let herself die. I do often see volumes pop up secondhand though, so if you're into trying the isekai villainess genre, maybe try this one and get it secondhand. Final manga on this stack is Darling in the Franxx 1 to 8, and I believe that is actually complete. I believe the last one came out only a couple of weeks before Christmas. There we go, we have the first Omni, second Omni, third, the heavy, third Omni, and fourth Omni. So when they first came out, I was really wanting to pick it up. And then I don't think I saw the first Omni appear in Leeds at the time when I was pretty much still only buying stuff in store. Didn't see it in Leeds. And then when I saw it in London, it was quite expensive. And I was like, I can't make a 3 for 2 with this. But they all weren't too bad on Forbidden Planet Online. I think it was just under £10 or around £10 each. And for a 7 Seas Omni, that's not bad. So yeah, chose all of these for Christmas. Very excited to read these. I hadn't realised it was complete at 8 either. I do like 7 Seas Omnis. I like how they're short and dinky, but thick. Okay, I think we want this stack next. So we have the Demon Swordmaster of Excalibur Academy Volume 1. And this is a new release. I haven't managed to get around to reading this. I'm assuming it's a fantasy of some sort. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And next we have Embrace Your Size, and I believe this is a one-shot. As I've said previously, I'm trying to read more one-shots because I feel like they're either really, really good or really, really bad. And this is one I'd seen quite a few people praise, so I thought I'd give it a go. I don't know, slice of life, being body positivity. Oh, it looks quite wordy. I don't know if I'll be able to get through this in one go. We'll see. As we have Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest Volume 11. I forgot I had this one, because I've not read it yet. I would have done if I'd remembered / realised. I love Fairy Tail. I'm quite happy with the 100 Year Quest. It is pretty much just continuing on as if the Fairy Tail ending never happened. Damn, I might actually read this after I finish this video. I forgot about it. I'm so annoyed. As we have Fruits Basket Collector's Edition Volume 3. So I have 1, 2, 4, 5, and 10 because it's right there. I think I managed to pick this up for I think it was £10 maybe. So I'm quite happy with that. Paying about £10 for these big Omni collector's editions, I'm fine with. I have since actually ordered a couple more, so I am a good way through having all the volumes, just need some of the later ones I think. I'm really looking forward to reading Fruits Basket because I know a lot of people who really, really enjoy it, and it's like one of those classic shoujo series. Okay, next we have a selection of Goblin Slayer manga. So we have Goblin Slayer Main Series Volume 10, Goblin Slayer Daikatana Volume 2, Goblin Slayer Year 1 Volume 1, and Goblin Slayer Year 1 Volume 5. So all of these I believe were discounted to £5 each. I have a whole bunch of random Goblin Slayer volumes and I'm just piecing them in, mostly secondhand. They appear secondhand quite often, so it's just slow going, getting them as and when. I hadn't realised how far along the main series was. I don't know what's the latest volume out. It's plastic wrapped, so I can't open it to check the publish date. I love collecting series with lots of spin-offs and stuff though, so being able to also pick up Daikatana, which is one I didn't have any of, very happy. Hinamatsuri Volume 17. So I got a lot of this series for Christmas last year, apart from Volume 1, which I managed to pick up a couple months ago, but I've still not managed to get into the series yet. But I will do. I definitely will do. I'll try to at some point. His Majesty the Demon King's Housekeeper Volume 2. I wasn't too impressed by Volume 1. I think I went in with expectations that it didn't meet, but my expectations weren't based on anything I knew about the series. I kind of just set them on my own. It is an isekai, and it did start to improve a bit more towards the end of Volume 1, so I have higher hopes going into Volume 2 that it'll get better. Though I don't like the price tag. That is just absolutely wild. I Think Our Son is Gay, Volume 3. I absolutely adored Volumes 1 and 2. I actually put it on my best reads list as an honourable mention. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's horrendously wholesome, it's lovely, and I just kind of hope that it continues on that way. I have no idea how long the series is, I don't know if it's complete or not. I also picked up, spoiler for the December haul, Volume 4 during the month of December. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability, Volume 2. And it's plastic wrapped. Why is it plastic wrapped? I really enjoyed Volume 1. I think I enjoyed Volume 1 more than I thought I would. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Though I do find with the isekais, I'm usually really easily drawn in with the trope in Volume 1. I'm like, oh, this is so fun. And then I read Volume 2 and I'm like, yeah, it's worn off, I'm bored now. This was in my basket before I pulled it out for the video, so I'll find out if I do still enjoy it. It is a bit weird with some of the boobs. Physics is a bit weird on some of the girls, and the girls look a bit young. That's probably my only gripe with it. Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, Volume 2. So I thought this was an isekai, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a fantasy. I got Volume 1 again not too long ago, so I'm going to try and read Volumes 1 and 2 together. I even think Volume 3 might be out. I'm not too sure though. I swear some series are just spitting them out. I'm a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep, Volume 2. So I don't have Volume 1 of this. Lots of people praised it and said it was really good, and they had it for actually a decent pre-order price on Forbidden Planet. It was like £6.80 or something, so I was like, I'll pre-order this and then I just need to hunt Volume 1, and then I've not found Volume 1 yet. So sad. But when I do find Volume 1, I'm ready. I'm Not Meat, Volume 2. So I wasn't too impressed by Volume 1. I felt it was really... I couldn't tell if it was making fun of itself or genuinely believed some of the things it was saying. I wasn't too sure. Volume 2 improved a little bit. I still feel like there's a lot of unnecessary pushing upon this poor guy who's like just not interested in women particularly, and women like, we'll fix that. We can work that. We can beat that out of you. And it's like, just leave the poor guy alone. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Volume 1. This was a pricey volume. I think it was $13.99 in my Forbidden Planet. Because I bought it in store. Well, Ben bought it in store. It is the same creator as Daytime Shooting Star, which means it's also the same creator as, what's that other series? I have forgotten. I do think I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it more than Daytime Shooting Star. But I think I want to read another volume first to like really try and get into it. I have Volume 3 on pre-order because they had it at a good price on Forbidden Planet, but Volume 2 was like £9.90 and I was like, no. I'm gonna not pay that and see if it appears in store when I next go back shopping maybe. In-Species Reviewers Volume 7. I love In-Species Reviewers. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I do. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. I think it really goes along that line well of ecchi, not being serious, being a comedy, that sort of thing. I know some people are nervous about it because some of the species that they review are strange or animal-like, and yes, you're right. Though to be fair, I feel like some of the furry creatures that they review are probably some of the least weird things that they review. There are some real weird things they review, but it's hilarious, and I love reading their reviews at the end where it's like 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. Very obviously a plastic wrap series. I think there was an anime. I can't believe there was an anime. What did they animate? Island in a Puddle Volume 4. So no, I've not read this yet. I think I'm actually missing Volume 3. I've not seen Volume 3 yet. I also think it's complete at like 5 volumes or something. It's not very long. Is this also the same manga artist as Erased, maybe? So I have read Volume 1. I haven't read my Volume 2, and I'm missing Volume 3. It was okay. It was an interesting mystery. I feel like I want to now wait to have all the volumes. If it's going to be a short series, I want to have them all so I can quickly see a conclusion. I think that's my preference. Laid Back Camp 12. So I pre-ordered this because it was good price. Again, I think they had a bunch of yen press for like £6.80 before they did the price hike, or was it even lower than that? It was really good. It was definitely cheaper than 3 for 2, at least 3 for 2 for me, because I know that Leeds Forbidden Planet might often put their prices up. So it might retail on, say, Waterstones like $9.99, but Leeds will charge $11.99. So I will base it off the price that my Forbidden Planet marks them at, because that's what I'd buy the 3 for 2 as. So at £6.80, it's cheaper to buy it. It was cheaper than 3 for 2. I am missing a bunch of Layback Camp volumes. I don't know if they're going to restock or anything, or I need to go find them secondhand. I think there's like 3 between 6 and 10. I think I'm missing. Love and Heart 6. I very much like Love and Heart. I like the aggressive drama, romance stuff. I feel like this volume was a little light on it. I feel like there was not too much happening. They're trying to accuse the friends of the girl are trying to accuse the main guy of being evil, and they weren't able to. It kind of set up, there was a big cliffhanger at the end. I'm excited to see the fallout of in Volume 7. I do have Volume 7 on pre-order, but I don't think that comes out for a few more months. Maid I hired recently is Mysterious Volume 4, so I did a bit of a review on Volumes 1 and 2 and I wasn't too impressed. It was very episodic, not really much happened, though a story did start to establish itself at the end of Volume 2. I haven't read Volume 3 yet. I was kind of holding off for Volume 4, mostly because I think it took me like 20 minutes to read Volume 1 and 20 minutes to read Volume 2, so I was like, I want to read another couple back to back, because then it feels like I'm reading an actual volume like that. I mean, look how thin those are. I do like the colour, and I like that they do her eyes purple, but they are very thin for what you get and how much they charge. Main Coordinate Volume 2. Tokyo Pop series, very expensive. I think I got this in store, I think. I don't believe it's very long. I think it's also only like 4, maybe 5 volumes long. It's about a girl who's naturally very cute and she gets hired to be a model, but she isn't very model-like. She's not had any model training or anything, and she's not getting hired, so they kind of give her to a different agent and is like, yeah, she's probably gonna get ditched by the agency, but the agent is like, nah, we're gonna sort you out, we're gonna get you jobs, we're gonna keep you going. And that's what has happened in Volume 1. I haven't read Volume 2 yet. It was very cute, it was very sweet. It's just a shame it's Tokyo Pop because they're very expensive volumes. Like on the back it says in dollars it's $13.99, and I'm fairly sure it retails at $13.99 in the UK. It's like As we might as well cheat, I got transported to another world where I can live my wildest dreams. Volume 4. As you can see, I've not read it yet, still plastic wrapped. I was distinctly not impressed with Volume 3. Volume 3 started to change the direction of the series, start a new arc I suppose. Maybe they realised that he couldn't just mooch around brothels for an entire series. I don't know, some other series do that in Speech Reviewers. And he's kind of started a new job. He's joined the Knights because one of his cheat skills so he can live well is he can manipulate mana and create potions. Oh, he can create potions, sorry, and it's given him the ability to be able to manipulate mana / magic, and he's really good at being a magic knight because of it. I wasn't really feeling it though, so I hope Volume 4 improves. Brothels and robots and elves, oh my. That's what it says on the back. Last volume on this stack is Monster Guild, The Dark Lord's No Good Comeback Volume 3. I haven't read any of my volumes of this, however, I have picked up all 3 for £5 each. How amazing is that? Probably says something about the series. Oh well. Looks like fun fantasy, and it looks kind of video gamey. Looks like stats on the back. Unless that's lying to me. We'll see. I feel like I'm sinking more and more into this armchair as I'm recording. Hopefully this is the next step. Next we have My Cute Little Kitten Volume 1. I've seen some good things about it, saw people talk highly about it. It is a GL, yep, it's got the GL stamp on the back from 7 Seas. I haven't read it yet. I did also look, it looks like Volume 2 doesn't come out for another year. I will get around to reading it. I'm probably not going to rush too quickly now if it's going to take me that long to get another volume. But I do like cats. Ooh, looks steamy. Next we have My Isekai Life Volume 4. It's an okay fun isekai. He's overpowered, very overpowered, and he mooches around being overpowered. What I actually quite liked in Volume 3 is they've started to hint towards why and how he was isekai'd, which so far a lot of the isekais I read don't really talk about that. And there's a reason beyond just, oh no, I'm God and I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm not too keen on the art though. I don't like how the faces are drawn. I keep waving them around. You can't even see them when you told them still. I'm sorry. Nicola Travelling Around the Demon's World, Volume 4. So again, picked this up for £5 on Forbidden Planet. I believe it's complete of 4 volumes. This is the final volume. I don't have any other volumes, but it is a series that's been on my want to try for quite a while, so being able to pick it up discounted was wonderful. I just need to track down the others. Sometimes I see them about in Forbidden Planet in Leeds, so I might grab them the next time I go. Orient, Volume 10. So I think I managed to end up with both like 11 and 12 before I picked up Volume 10, because they were good like pre-order price on Blackwell's, but 10 wasn't, so I just didn't order it, and so I've got some volumes waiting to be read. I do quite like Orient. I am up to date to 9, so I was waiting for 10 to continue. I think it's the same manga artist as Magi, and I think I read to like volume 11, 12 of that before I kind of stopped reading it. No particular reason, I just started reading other things. So far, I think I'm enjoying Orient more. I think I've enjoyed the action battle scenes more. I also read about 3-4 volumes back to back, which really helped me get into the story, especially because it was over like a battle arc, and I feel like reading a battle arc as volumes come out can be really hard going because you forget what's happening. It's very fast paced, but it did help me, so looking forward to getting to this one too. Next we have Phantom of the Idol Volume 2, I believe. Is this a Josei series? One of the few ongoing ones in my collection, unfortunately. Quite enjoyed it. Very light-hearted comedy. I don't think it's outstanding, but it's a fun read, so I am looking forward to reading it more. Next we have Raw Hero 5, which was also bought for £5 from Forbidden Planet. Yes, there's quite a few of them. I think quite a few of the ones that I've picked up are still available on Forbidden Planet for £5 if you want to use that cheeky little affiliate links down below. But they also do seem to change them on occasion. I've also managed to get some light novels for £5 for my partner. So this is a 6-volume series and I only have volume 1. Well, now I also have volume 5. Same manga artist as Prison School. I don't know again if I'm going to wait to have all 6 volumes before I finish reading the series, because it's been a good while since I read volume 1 now. I'm trying to remember what happened. Next we have Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World, Chapter 4, The Sanctuary and the Witch of Greed, Part 1. I don't know how I feel about the fact that they do multiple chapters in the manga, because it means if you say Re:Zero 1, I'm like, do you mean Chapter 1? Do you mean Chapter 1 Part 1? Do you mean Chapter 2 Part 2? Do you mean Chapter 3 Part 4? Chapter 3 Part 4? I'm so confused. I'm really confused. I like it and I don't. A Sentence of a Bookworm is also the same, but Sentence of a Bookworm at least does colourful spines, so I'll let them off. I feel like this was a bit of a cheeky buy from my partner, considering he started also reading the Re:Zero manga and he is ahead of me. So like, did you buy this for me or did you buy this for you? And he's like, I bought you manga. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, fine. I am missing a couple of volumes from Part 3 before I'll be up to date. And I think I'm missing a couple of volumes from Part 4 now. So I can't read this one yet, unfortunately, but I'm close. Reborn as a Space Mercenary, I Woke Up Piloting the Strongest Starship, Volume 2. This volume has eluded me for so long. I have managed to pick up volume 3 and I think I've got volume 4 on pre-order or it's out soon. My partner really likes the light novel, and when I saw it on Forbidden Planet site for a good price, I was like, oh my god, can I get this one as well? And he's like, yes, you need to read it too. It is an isekai. I don't feel like you get too many isekai that aren't in a fantasy setting, though I suppose this is kind of a fantasy setting. It's more space. It's more like, usually it's like medieval fantasy, whereas it's like space fantasy. Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, Volume 3. I find the main series meh. I like the art style, but I really like the spin-off. I really like this character. She is my favourite character. I like just reading about her doing her daily thing. I don't really enjoy the chapters when like literally any other character from the series is in it. Oh no, I don't like the guy. If the guy's in it, boo. Some of the girls I'm fine with, but I really like her, and honestly reading the main series so I'll be able to read this one kind of's made it worth it, but also the main series is on like 20 plus volumes. Next we have 2 volumes of Saga of Tanya the Evil, 13 and 15. This is one of the isekais I am really trying to catch up on this year. There's this, there's Overlord, there's... what's the other one? There's a bunch of the That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime spin-offs that I'm now behind on. And now I can't remember. Reincarnated as a Sword is another one. But Saga of Tanya the Evil is one that I've been collecting volumes like sporadically for a couple of years now, mostly secondhand again. So yeah, 13, 15, and I think I have some later ones on pre-order as well, like 18 maybe, 16. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent, omnipotent. Descent Volume 6. This was, I think, one of the first isekai I read where the main character was a woman. Very much enjoy it. It's a I'm not sure I'd call it romance. There is some romance blooming or starting to bloom, but mostly it's about the main character is a 30-something-year-old in another world coming to terms with it. And it's really interesting, it's fun, it's lighthearted, would recommend. Shadow's House 2. This was kind of an interesting read. Actually no, that's not true. I've read Volume 1, I've not yet read Volume 2. Volume 1 was an interesting read and I'm looking forward to reading Volume 2. There we go. I think it's quite strange. I don't know if it's got an anime because I've seen a lot of people talking about it. This one I might put, I think actually this one was in my basket before I took it out for this video as well. Shangri-La Frontier Volume 2. I think I said this was one of my favourite reads of 2022. Really enjoyed it. It's a really good isekai. It's a video game isekai. I think it's the sort of video game isekai I enjoy. There's lots of stats, there's quests, strange armor, gear. And I just really enjoyed it, and also it's quite thick. Though it does mean that sometimes I've seen it priced at $14.99. I think it's usually $12.99, maybe $13.99, and I was just unlucky. I have also got Volume 3 on order. I'm hoping it arrives before my birthday, which is in a couple of weeks, and that'll be nice. Next we have Shy, which is a new release by Yen Press. I haven't read it yet. I believe it's about superheroes, and one of them is really shy. I think that's the premise. But I've not read it yet. But I will read it and I'll let you know. Skip and Loafer Volume 6. Oh my gosh. Love Skip and Loafer. Another one of my favourite new reads of 2022. I love all the characters. I love all the relationships. I love all the conversations. Everyone's great. Absolutely everyone's great. And I love the friendship group. Main character's built. What's her name again? Mitsumi. It's so wonderful to read this, and I love her aunt. I love her aunt so much. Final series on this stack, we seem to just have a bunch of volumes at the bottom of every stack, is Slasher Maidens 1 to 4. So we have volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So volumes 3 and 4 are plastic wrapped. I think 6 volumes are out of this at the moment in English, the UK at least. I don't know anything about it except they were all £5 each. And I was like, a volume 1 for £5 and oh, volumes 1 to 4 for £5, let's give it a go. And it's plastic wrapped, so that means I must enjoy it. Asuma Sudo has always been a proud pervert. So I'll try and pick up the 5 and 6 so I can be up to date with that as well. We are on the last stack. I am so sorry for how long this video is going to be. I'm trying to generally do shorter videos nowadays, not because I don't want to give you content, it makes it easier for me to manage and have more time to be able to consistently do it weekly. But I feel like my hauls, there's not much I can do to make those shorter, unless I pretty much do weekly hauls. Do you want weekly hauls? I wouldn't post anything else. I mean, to be honest, I'm dreading filming my December haul because, spoiler, it's bigger. It's bigger than this haul. I haven't counted actually. Well, you'll find out when I post it, I suppose. Okay, the final stacks. On top we have So What's Wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin, Volume 1. New isekai! This had also been in my basket before I started the video, so I've not read it yet. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun, light-hearted isekai. I hope if it does kind of go towards the sort of way that being reincarnated as a monster does. It goes more towards reincarnated as a slime as opposed to reincarnated as, oh, what's it, re-monster, which has kind of just gotten a bit weird, to be honest. But I love that time I got reincarnated, so let's go down that path. But to be fair, the character looks like a child, so it really shouldn't go down the path of re-monster. I do really like that cover. That's such a nice cover. Next we have Solo Leveling Volume 5, and this volume annoyed me so much because I really enjoyed it, and I didn't have Volume 6. I don't know when Volume 6 comes out. It might be February or March. Might have to go pre-order it. Really love Solo Leveling. Oh, this was such a good volume. Is this the volume I think it is? I'm going to show a spoiler panel now. This is a spoiler panel for Solo Leveling 5. Skip ahead if you don't want to see it. But I absolutely adored this scene. I love this sort of dramatic scene. I was like, yes, 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 when he pulls out all of his summons. I'm like, oh. And then there's the whole bit with some more spoilers, sorry, the whole bit with him getting regraded. Yes, yes. This is what I like. It's like, this is like an isekai without the isekai, with like all the stats and the skills and the abilities and the level up and experience points and the items, and yes. actually tempted to read the light novels. Is the manga complete? I want to say the manga's complete. Don't remember how many though. Damn. Splendid work of a Monster Maid, Volume 4. Another one of the volumes that was one of my favourite reads of 2022. This is such a gorgeous series. It's so pretty. It's a bit more of a pricey series, unfortunately, but I did manage to pick up a couple of my volumes secondhand, so that is always an option if you want to try the series without paying its prices. They have Survival in Another World My Mistress, Volume 3, so I think I read Volume 2, like, not very long before I got picked this volume up in London, as you can see, 3 for 2 sticker, and it's £12.99, whereas in Leeds they were £13.99. This is, out of all the Minecraft isekai that I've read, that's right, plural, this is my favourite. It is a plaster wrap series, it is ecchi, there is a bunch of cuddle time between the elf girl and the guy that's been isekai'd. I think that's mostly it in terms of what the ecchi is. If you like Minecraft and you're old enough to read ecchi series, maybe give this a go, because actually it's quite amusing if you are a Minecraft fan. Next we have 3 and 4 of This Is Screwed Up, but I was reincarnated as a girl in another world. This, I have actually really enjoyed volume 2 of this as well, and so it's like, I read volume 1, enjoyed it, read volume 2, also enjoyed it. I was like, oh, wonderful. And now I've got 3 and 4 to read. It took that long for them to come out. I think I'd ordered 3 from Forbidden Planet Online, and then 4 I picked up in London. Yeah, it's got the 3 for 2 sticker. So it's about a guy who's been reincarnated as a girl, and it's actually slightly Minecrafty again, where he can craft things, and he needs to like gather the materials because it uses less magic mana if you can already got the materials to make the things you want to craft, instead of producing the material outright. It has been fun. It is a bit adult at times. When the guy and the girl starts some self-love times. Next we have Thunderbolt Fantasy 1, which I believe is an omnibus. No idea what it's about. I kind of picked it up completely blindly and I haven't read it yet. In an ancient kingdom, a vicious warlord is on the hunt for a magic sword. Danfei has spent her whole life guarding the coveted Sword of Divine Retribution. Legends say its power is great enough to smite demons and shake the heavens. The master of the evils, Wan Guzong sect will stop at nothing to possess it and dispatches his warriors to steal the holy blade. Fleeing their pursuit, Danfei must rely on the unexpected help of 2 unusual strangers who are powerful swordsmen themselves. Like a thunderbolt from the blue sky, a thrilling wuxia fantasy begins. What does wuxia mean? Next we have The Titan's Bride Volume 1. It is that series. I literally knew one thing about this series before I read it, and that was girth. And honestly, pretty accurate. It is a plastic wrap series. It is technically an isekai, so I had it on my want to try list and like pre-order list because I was like, oh, isekai, pre-order, oh, it's a BL, that's interesting. And then like I saw people get theirs in the US and then they were like describing it. I was like, what have I ordered? This like small boy is isekai'd and this big guy takes him as his bride. There you go. I've got volume 2 on pre-order too. To Your Eternity volume 17. I am trying to stay up to date with the series. Unfortunately, I am missing a couple of earlier volumes, hoping for a reprint at some point this year. I think it's like volume 5 and volume 7. I have seen them online, but they're like £10 each. I'm not paying that, especially since I got so many of my To Your Eternities for $5.99. I'm really just hoping to see them pop up secondhand at some point, I think. I don't think I'm going to see them for $5.99 again, unfortunately. Tokyo Revengers, 3rd Omni, volumes 5 to 6. So I got this, I think it was like £10, £11 on Forbidden Planet, which is really good. I haven't started reading the series yet. I think they've been coming out fairly quickly. I have heard lots of hype. I know there was some ums and ahs about the ending, but apparently it seemed hype enough, at least at the beginning, to be worthwhile a read, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. Touring After the Apocalypse Volume 1. This was also a blind pickup because it was a decent price on Forbidden Planet. Again, £6.80 or something. 2 girls navigate Japan after the end of days. I think it's meant to be wholesome, regardless of the topic, I think. Next we have Tower of God, 1st volume. Webtoon have started releasing some of their series physically, and I think there were 3 available for pre-order on Forbidden Planet, and I ordered all of them. There's another one in this stack, and the other one I don't think has shipped or is out in the UK yet, at least. I must say, I'm not sure I like the print. I'm not sure I like... They just feel a bit bulky. They feel a bit unwieldy. I'd almost rather they were a little smaller. I don't know. I'm just not that keen so far. I also wasn't that keen on Tower of God. I just didn't really get into it. I don't really like the art style. I was really excited going into it because I knew there was so much hype and I knew the anime was like huge and everyone loved it. So I was like, oh my god, Tower of God, English physical, I'm gonna read it. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's just it'll take a bit to get going, so I will of course keep reading it and see how it goes. But also, they're really expensive, so for me to be a bit meh about it, and it's as expensive as it is, like, Next we have volumes 5 and 6 of Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Ultimate Games is Tough for Mobs. This also pickup really annoyed me because I am missing volume 4. I quite like this series, and I've just not seen volume 4 in store, and I was like, is it just taking ages for volumes to come out? And then we were in London, and they had 5 and 6. I was like, no, I'm just missing volume 4. It's very annoying. My partner has started reading the light novels though, and he actually quite enjoyed it, even though I was like, why have you bought me an Otome game light novel? I was like, trust me. And he was like, okay, I understand, I quite enjoy it. Just need to find volume 4 now. Next we have True Beauty, which is the other physical English webtoon that has come out so far in the UK. I had vaguely heard of True Beauty, as in I'd literally heard the title True Beauty and that was it. I knew nothing else about it. I did actually kind of enjoy it. I think it's quite interesting. I've actually quite enjoyed reading like how she applies makeup and does different things. I'm really shit at doing makeup, especially like around my eyes. Take my glasses off, can't see shit. I can't do anything. And I think I just found it interesting reading about all the different things and stuff, and then also her changing the way she looks to be accepted in different ways. I think it's just, I did actually quite enjoy it. So far, I don't think I really like any of the characters though, but I kind of enjoyed the read. But again, I don't really like these webtoon copies. They're just a bit too bulky and unwieldy. Next we have Val Love Volume 7. I have been slowly picking this up for ages, secondhand or on sale. So this was £5 on Forbidden Planet. How many do I have now? I think I've got like 5 or 6 volumes now. I am quite behind. I don't even have volume 1, but it's a plastic wrap series and I'll get there eventually. Vampire Dormitory Volume 8. I feel like this volume has been like a turning point for me. I feel like I've dipped a bit on the series. At the beginning, I really enjoyed the heated drama and the romance. It was like, ooh. And then we've kind of entered a new arc during Volume 7, and it's like really established the new arc in Volume 8. And I think I'm struggling to take it seriously now. It's just so weirdly over the top. I didn't feel it was as weirdly over the top at the beginning. Maybe I was just like, I don't know, glassy-eyed, avoiding it or something. But I feel like with this one, it's kind of come in a bit more in force, and I've just been like, what? Really? No. I don't know. I will keep reading it. I do enjoy reading it. It's just definitely not as much as I did when I started it. As we have One Dance Volume 3. I haven't started reading this series yet, though. I haven't had volumes that long. I feel like I waited ages to pick up Volume 1 because it was never like a good price. And then 2 just come out, and 3 like came out not that long after 2. I believe it's a sports manga about dancing. Yes. So I'm going to try and read 1 to 3 back to back. I have been getting a bit more into sports manga recently, so I am looking forward to this. Witches of Adamus, Volume 3. Plastic wrapped series. Did I pick this up in London? No, I think I bought this on Forbidden Planet Online. Why are they in like winter clothes, but then just in a bikini? This is such a degenerate series. I don't know much else to say about it. It's a very degenerate series. All these women are trying to milk this guy dry. Next we had The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. It kind of sounded isekai. Is it just a fantasy? Transported to a fantasy world. It's an isekai. Wonderful. Haven't read it yet. Looking forward to it though. It is One Piece book, so the same publisher who print the Rising of Shield Hero manga. Oh my gosh, we're on the final volume. How long is this video gonna be? Final volume of the haul is You Like Me, Not My Daughter? ? Volume 1. Apparently this was fun, light-hearted kind of romance, I suppose. Where I think the guy has a crush on the lady next door. Yeah. And it's meant to be, yeah, fun, light-hearted. I'll read it at some point. So there we have my Christmas haul. I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. What did you get for Christmas? What do you think of what I got for Christmas? Have you read anything that I've got for Christmas? And yeah, a good chunk of this came from Forbidden Planet Online. So if that interests you, do check out my affiliate link found down below. Also check out my other social media and my Black Calls affiliate link down below if you fancy. Also don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for all the manga content, like my massive December haul, which I'm looking at it now, I'm like, oh dear. But this video has gone on long enough. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!